The next up on the slap bus, we got a reading series here. This is an article from Business Insider, and I think you'll immediately be able to tell why it got my attention. My work wife threw me under the bus to get a raise at the office. It was hard to realize I couldn't trust her anymore.
Is this a real article or is this some bullshit?
It's an essay by Jennifer Billet, published January 28th, 2024, and it's kind of long. It's not short.
My first thought is she got a raise. I want to know how that possibly hurt her.
I think I'm going to get divorced. This isn't an article about divorce, by the way, so don't get excited, boys.
Damn. Divorce is my favorite fucking thing. I'm gonna miss it so fucking much.
I told my coworker, who became more like my work wife, on our lunch break. We were sitting in one of the hallways of our company's headquarters, one we like to call our thinking spot. It featured repeating triangles angling down from the ceiling, all hollow and in a long row. When you looked through them, it was like meditating into a sci-fi passageway.
So the beginning of this article is just how much she's affected by the architecture because her office looks like the fascism buildings in RoboCop?
Yeah, she's working for a company that makes her feel like a Bierhoven movie.
So right away, things are not normal.
We've been coming to this spot nearly every day for months. We talked about work in relationships, about frustrations and joys. She knew all my marriage struggles. She goes on, I'm not going to read all of it, just to say basically she had a deep friendship and they trusted each other.
But it's a work friendship, and it's kind of transactional. The way the whole job is kind of transactional.
I still keep up with some of the people I used to work with. The job may be transactional, but the friendships are real.
Okay, but I think you're weird because for me, it's like the job is over and you just stop seeing each other.
I still keep up with some of my work friends.
Yeah, Matt, we like people.
Hey, it's not my fault. Computers are just better to hang out with.
Huh.
Like, who am I going to be more comfortable masturbating with, you or a computer?
But the computer can't smoke mitts with you. It can't. It'll never be able to.
But I can't, like, invite my buddies over and run Elden Ring on one of them.
Anyway, still, the thing about friends is that you drift apart. Without the servitude to work that brought you together, your lives are bound to different horses careening in wildly different directions. Wherever your careers take you is one of the many basic ways that we are alienated from our humanity by capitalism, because ultimately we live under the authority of whatever employs us.
If I still worked a real job, I'd find a way to get in some gaming at work.
That's what people do, Felix. They play Candy Crush on their phones.
Is that the same thing as Candy Clicker? Anyway, I don't think people should be trusting their work friends that much.
People have work friends they really care about, Felix.
That's right. Normal people like people.
But like, whenever a girl talks about a work wife, it's always someone she actually hates. That's how it works. You listen to girls tell you how their day was, and they tell you how they secretly hate all their friends, etc.
I'm pretty sure my wife has actual friends at work, Felix.
The fact is, none of us has ever had a work wife.
Normal.
So we can't comment on it. We don't get to.
Yes, let women speak for themselves. We don't talk over women on this podcast.
All right. Well, back to reading the words of a woman. The article continues. I had news about her position at the company, and I told her. One day, I messaged my friend to come to the thinking spot. She'd been frustrated by her boss, who kept shuffling around to new projects instead of giving her the raise she was expecting. I learned from my friend that her job description was about to shift again, giving her more responsibility with more money. My boss had told me not to share this information with anyone, but she was my friend, and in that situation, I would want to know as well.
Every time she mentions the thinking spot, it's just another reminder how her whole worldview is shaped by the dystopian architecture she lives in.
I feel like that's normal.
Nat, but wait, the article continues. I know this will annoy you, I told her in the hall, but please keep it to yourself. My boss explicitly asked me not to share this information. Consider this time to think about and form a better response for when your boss tells you. She did not keep it to herself.
Well, of course she didn't keep it to herself.
Matt, wait, Matt.
So did the other, like, suffer any consequences because her friend talked about this?
She messaged me that she was furious. I told her I understood and was sorry, but maybe the notice would be helpful. I asked her whether she wanted to go talk about it more.
She expecting her work friend to be like a stoic monk about this. Let me use this as an opportunity to learn to enjoy my suffering.
I did something shitty to you? You want to talk about it? Come on, dude. Come on.
I didn't hear back from her for 20 minutes. The next message that I got told me why. I talked to my boss about it and told him that I needed a raise or a promotion now. He asked me where I heard the news. I could feel my stomach in my throat, and I asked, "What did you tell him?" "I told him you told me, and that your boss had told you," she said. I was shocked. How on earth could this person I trusted, this supposed close friend, throw me under the bus like that? It felt like she used me to get a raise.
She's mad at her friend for being proactive.
She got the raise. She got the raise.
And, oh my God, she's mad that someone she treated like a trusted confidant was able to use the information that she provided on the basis of friendship to improve her material conditions in life. That's what friendship is for, with other human beings. And she's mad about it.
It's just love, the only true powerful force in the universe, and I fucking hate it. Get it away from me.
She goes on. Then came the final blow. I told her she put my job in jeopardy by doing that. And she sent me a one-sentence response. "You should have expected this."
She should have. She should have expected this.
I felt like she'd used me as a stepping stone for job advancement. Up until this point, I'd assumed all those toxic workplace stories and advice not to trust your coworkers were exaggerations. I thought my work friends were people I could trust. Perhaps I was too naive.
I mean, was she really being too naive, or was she just always being cynical?
Oh my God, lady, have some fucking balls. Have your friends back. Why not be happy for your friend?
It worked out. Nobody got fired.
Guys, it didn't work out. Check out what happens next. I immediately cut off all contact with my coworker.
Immediately.
I told one person, a mutual friend, what happened, and then never brought it up again.
Omerta is the one truth we can all agree on. The code of silence that ties all of us.
I did not talk to my boss about it, and I never heard anything about it, so I can only assume that it never got back to my boss.
It was fine. It was fine. Did she cut off all contact?
God, people in the workplace are so cutthroat, says the person doing the shaking. Yeah, people are such scum, and that's why I have like 80 bodies in my crawl space.
Is it the genocidal war that underlooks all of suburbia?
Oh my God. From that point on, any work-related communications between me and that coworker was kept in writing. We no longer visited our hallway to chat.
Oh, no more Paul Verhoeven hallway?
I felt like I couldn't trust her anymore. Later that year, I moved on from that job, and I'm keeping my boundaries up at work.
So she learned boundaries? In the end, it was positive?
She doesn't even stay there. She walked on, becoming a harder, colder person who learned to cut off their ties in advance before anyone gets too close. Sheer cowardice masquerading as a personal growth. This is how we snuff out the love from our hearts just to please our bosses.
Nat, well said.
I wonder if like maybe this is really about like she's pre-grieving, like you know how sometimes when you know the end is coming and you're trying to start detaching before it's actually over because you want to hurt less than. So like she decides to treat her friend's success story as a betrayal and is like, bam, that tidies up a loose end and makes the plot arc neat. On to season 2, and next season we don't even know what to pay that actor.
But they still make residuals on the old seasons.
I mean, a little. Have you seen what Netflix is paying people? That's where the Hollywood Union was on strike last year.
Yeah, and they won.
I mean, kinda.
They get more time to self-tape their auditions now to get them a weekend.
Oh my God, is that real?
That's an actual stipulation they won in the strike.
Anyway, I think Felix and Matt are both right, because she is definitely hardening her heart to be a better worker drug.
And then she makes money on the back end by writing this article about it. Oh my God, think about the cycle. She undergoes an experience for her job, gets transformed by the hand that feeds her, and then is rewarded for internalizing the right lessons and passing it on to the other workers. And they're going to go up and write their own articles.
Imagine the type of article head that reads this and goes, yeah, that sucks, but like, that's what I need to be. I gotta be hard to make it in the modern business landscape.
That's so dark.
It's Hellrolled, folks, and it has been for a while.
These poor stupid rich kids are reading these articles and learning what kind of corporate psychopath they're supposed to be when they grow up.
The cycle of alienation continues until eventually the return rate of investment on an alienation will fall. We'll get to a point where alienation won't reward us anymore, for it is always a tendency, like the rate of profits, to fall over time.
Capitalism. it too will eventually be undone by the boom/bust cycle that entrenches it.
When I get my own capitalism, I'm gonna trick it out with like a pearlescent pig drop and stripes that are mirrored.
Gentlemen, until next time.
Oh my God, all anyone wants to be is El Chapo. Get that money. Getting paid is all that matters.
Also, when I run capitalism, I'm bringing DVD box sets back.
Get that money.